But these being perfectly centered with these floating center cap kits that he made, they are perfect. Alright, ladies and gentlemen, today what we have, the Visual AutoWerks floating center cap conversion kit. And this is going to be for the WedsKranze rat zingers. Rat zingers were new grounds, so we went through 3 revisions, and the one here that's packaged up all nice and classy like is the one that we decided was the best fit. So let's crack it open and let's see what is included. Now I will say that he does offer the DIY kits, and you can also send your caps to him. As of right now anyway, you need to reach out to him in the future. You know, whether you see this 2 days after I post it or 2 years after I post it, you want to reach out to him and see if he still does it where you can send your center caps to him and he will assemble them for you. He gave me the option to assemble them for me, but I wanted to make a video so that y'all can see it from, you know, the perspective on if you have to do this yourself. All right, so of course we have the Visual AutoWerks sticker here. That's pretty cool. I might just add that there. And then we have the 4 floating center caps, and you have to pay attention. I don't know if y'all can see it, but it has an arrow. So that arrow is going to be that when it is floating, that is going to be up. So when you place your center cap on there, you want to make sure that it's perfectly up and everything is aligned as much as possible, because if it's crooked or off canter, then when it's floating, it will not be straight up and down. But as you can see, these are all together. He has WedsKranze in the back, and then he has the Visual AutoWerks, and of course this is the counterweight that makes sure that it floats. So of course you have 4 of those. I believe this is the centering tool. So you will place the floating down in there after you put the 3M tape on it, and then these should fit perfectly in there. That way you know that it is centered. So that's going to be pretty cool. So it's not a lot you have to do here. It also comes with the 4 double-sided 3M VHB. VHB stands for very high bond. Those are the sticky of the icky. So what we want to do with your center caps is you want to take your heat gun. In my case, I have a Harbor Freight Full Edition, and basically we're just going to heat this up. I have a pry tool that I will take and just pry down in between there and get it separated, clean it off, and then it should be ready to stick. So I'm going to do one on camera for y'all. And like I said, my wheels are from 2007, so we will see how the double-sided tape from Japan in 2007 works some 17 years later. So I'm just going to do it on a low setting, and I'm just going to do one on camera for y'all, and the rest of them I'll do off camera. Oh shoot, that came apart pretty easy. Now the downside to this is that you have to get all of this double-sided tape off the emblem. So now I have all of the center caps cleaned up, ready to go. Now I use the wire brush tool on my Milwaukee M12. Boom boom, and that got the bulk of the double-sided tape off of it. And then I simply came behind it with some alcohol swabs, which helps get the glue off. So a couple of rounds of alcohol swabs, a couple of rounds of, and they look just how they look now. Now I'm going to take some alcohol swabs and I'm going to wipe all the center caps off to get any grease or anything that may hurt adherence on the back. I will give the back of the center caps one final wipe down to take any grease and anything like that off of it as well. And then next we will get to applying the double-sided 3M tape using the setting tool that is provided. Make sure that the arrow is up, and then we can get the center cap locked in. Pretty easy process, and hey, hard to get it wrong. I will apply all the double-sided 3M tape to the center cap first, and the reason why I'm going to apply them to the center cap is so that I can actually see where the up arrow is. I feel like if I applied, well, actually he made it where if you do apply it, if you apply it just right, you can still see the arrow, but I'd rather apply them to the center cap. That way I do not obstruct the arrow on the floating cap. That way I can make sure that my center cap is as upright as possible, because you know, if it could be messed up, I'm the one to mess it up. So I try to think ahead as much as possible. All right, and this is the time that everybody has been waiting for. All right, so now front and center is going to be the centering tool that is provided. We're going to take the float center cap. I'm going to have the arrow facing straight up, like so. Now this is where, you know, if it comes out bad or if it's not perfectly upright, it is on you. So you want to take your time. And something else with this this 3M VHB is that once it's on there, it's on there. You don't get two chances. So verify that the arrow is straight up. Make sure that your center cap is as straight up as possible, and then it is going to center itself, and that is as straight as what it's going to get, in my opinion. Y'all let me know if it is not, and then give it a firm push down. And when I tell you the center cap fits in here and it's like, it's no jiggle, like it's going to be perfectly centered, which will be a big deal when it comes time to put them in your wheel. And then push it out. Woo! Look at that. All right, so I know I only got one done, but I'm gonna have to stick it in the way have to stick it in my rack zinger real fast. Y'all are gonna have to excuse everything else over here in the background. Well, let's stick this bad boy. See if I can get it all set up real fast over here. I thought I was gonna wait until it was like daytime or something, but we're just gonna stick it in this bad boy right here. Ooh! Look at that. Look at that. Good God Almighty. I'm riding spinners. I'm riding spinners. We don't stop. And you can see that it's not quite straight up and down, so that's on me for not getting it completely straight. But hey, I know how this 3M VHB is, and it just kind of is what it is. But now on some wheels, if your wheels are powder coated or if they are corroded, especially if they're powder coated, you may have to take some sandpaper and kind of sand out the bore of the wheel, because these are a pretty tight fit. So you may have to take some sandpaper and kind of sand down in there, especially if you have them powder coated. But yeah, baby, we got these bad boys moving right here. So let me do the other three, and I'll be back once I am done. So now they are all done, and the rest of them I did a lot better than the first one. So I may try to get that first one off and kind of reposition it a little bit. I know it's going to be a pain in the butt if I do, but all of these actually are straight up. And man, I can't wait. So I may end the video here. I may not. I'm not sure. I had to rebuild this wheel with a new barrel. So I'm going to be taking this to the tire shop tomorrow. It's supposed to rain like the next 3 days, so my car will not be clean. So we shall see if I put like a montage on the end of this video or if I just leave it here, because technically this is all done. Visual AutoWerks, Brendan is the man, and I will say this fitter contraption thingy here is the shiznick. This thing right here is the game changer. This thing is awesome, because when you are doing the floating center caps, if they are not perfectly centered in there, they're going to hit, they're going to rub, they're going to wobble, and they're not going to spin. But these being perfectly centered with these floating center cap kits that he made, they are perfect. Perfect. But do not forget, like I said earlier, if your wheels are powder coated or if they're corroded or whatever the case may be, you may need to work the inside area a little bit to make sure that your caps rotate as smoothly as mine does. So maybe at the end of this video, I will have the link to his website below. Like I said, make sure you look at the caps. Depending on the wheels that you have, you may need to measure your spacing for your center cap, because he's finding that multiple wheels that come in multiple bore sizes, the center caps may be different sizes. So I'm sure he will probably have some sort of caution on his website, but you will need to verify that what you're ordering fits the wheel and the hub bore and everything that you have. Also, if he does not make a kit for your wheels, you can work with him to get a kit made. Like I said, and that's what happened with these rat zingers. We went through 3 different iterations to make this work. So if you want to reach out to him and you want to see about getting something made for your Pacific wheel, if he doesn't already make one, reach out to him. I think it's like $5 to have a test kit sent out to you. If you want them, send it to him, work with him, make it work. So like I said, if you can scan this QR code on your screen to go to his website, you can. Otherwise, it is Visual AutoWerks. Visual AutoWerks with a E, not with the O. Like I said, you can scan the QR code or you can go to the website. And he also does have a QR code for install. That's not clear. If you don't want to trust my install, that is okay with me. Do what you want in 2024 and beyond, but I can't wait to have the floating center caps on my car again. I had them on the 9.5. This is going to be awesome. I can't wait. So in everything that you do, think, build, enjoy. I'm going to enjoy these floating center caps because these things is right. I will check y'all out later. Peace.